In the quiet village of Musulu, where the sacred baobab tree stands tall and proud, the wind whispers ancient tales of strength and unity. Welcome to Best African Tales YouTube channel. Before we continue with this interesting story, kindly click the subscribe button so that you will never miss out on another interesting story like this and many more. Don't forget to like this video as well. Now, back to our story. But far beyond these peaceful lands, the storm is brewing. A man approaches, one who was once one of their own, and now twisted by greed and the hunger for power. His name is Zuberi, and his return will change the fate of the village forever. In the heart of Musulu, we meet Kofi, an ordinary young man living a simple life. He tills the earth as his ancestors once did, unaware of the powerful destiny that awaits him. But Kofi carries the weight of a legacy he has yet to understand, the legacy of the Ubuntu Warrior. Across the village, Kofi's sister Amara, the village healer, senses a shift in the air. Deeply connected to the spiritual realm, Amara feels the ancestors calling to her. And in their whispers, their warning. She rushes to her brother, her heart heavy with the knowledge that danger is approaching. As night falls, Zuberi reaches the heart of Musulu and seeks an audience with the village chief, Okilo. With honeyed words and promises of wealth, Zuberi tempts the chief, offering to bring modern comforts to the village in exchange for their sacred land. But the chief, wise and weary, senses the dark power behind Zuberi's offer. The next day, Kofi is summoned by the village elders. They tell him of his grandfather, Bantu, the legendary Ubuntu warrior, and the power that runs through his blood. But Kofi, humble and uncertain, refuses to believe that he is the chosen one. "I am just a farmer," he protests, "not a warrior." But the elders know better, and soon, so will Kofi. That night, Amara visits Kofi at the river's edge. She knows her brother's heart better than anyone and understands his fear. "Our people need you," she whispers, placing her hand on his shoulder. "You carry the strength of the ancestors within you." As Kofi looks into the moonlit water, a vision appears, a sign of the power that awaits him if he chooses to accept his destiny. While Kofi struggles with his destiny, Zuberi continues to work his dark magic. Using his corrupted gemstone, he casts a spell over the sacred spring of the village, causing the crops to wither and the livestock to grow sickly. Fear spreads among the people, and Zuberi's influence grows. As the land begins to decay, fear grips the hearts of the villagers. Some, desperate for a solution, turn to Zuberi's promises of wealth and modernization. Others, like Amara, refuse to abandon the old ways. Division spreads through the village, threatening to tear them apart. Kofi watches in silence as his village crumbles. The weight of the responsibility begins to overwhelm him, and he considers walking away from it all. But deep within him, the ancestors start waiting for him to realize the truth, that the strength of the Ubuntu warrior lies not in fighting alone, but in the unity of the people. I'm sure you want to know what happens next. But before you continue, quickly click on the subscribe button so we can grow this channel, and then the like button in order to continue watching. With Amara by his side, Kofi finally understands. The ancestors' power flows through him, but it is the people's belief that will awaken his true strength. In the next breath, Kofi makes a decision. He will fight not just for himself, but for the future of his people. While Kofi wrestles with his destiny, Zuberi begins his insidious manipulation of the village. Under the cover of darkness, he seeks out the villagers one by one, offering false promises of power and wealth in exchange for their loyalty. "You deserve better," Zuberi whispers to them, his eyes glinting in the shadows. "Follow me, and I will bring you prosperity beyond your wildest dreams." Meanwhile, Kofi is haunted by strange visions. His dreams are filled with the faces of his ancestors, their voices calling out to him. But the more he tries to understand their message, the more distant it becomes. His fear of failing his people weighs heavily on his heart. "Why me?" Kofi whispers into the darkness, his voice trembling. "I am no warrior." Across the village, Amara senses her brother's inner turmoil. As the village healer, she prepares a special ritual to summon the guidance of their ancestors. Under the full moon, she mixes sacred herbs and chants the ancient prayers passed down through generations. "I call upon you, wise spirits of old," Amara prays, her voice soft but firm. "Show us the way." While Amara seeks healing, Zuberi brings destruction. Using his dark powers, he secretly poisons the village's sacred spring, causing the land to wither and the crops to fail. The people grow desperate, and Zuberi's influence spreads like a disease. "Only I can save you," Zuberi declares to the desperate villagers. "But you must trust me." The village elders sense something is wrong, but they are divided. Some, like Chief Okilo, remain steadfast in their belief in the old ways, while others are swayed by Zuberi's promises. The tension between them threatens to break the unity of the village. "We must stand together," Chief Okilo pleads. "We cannot abandon our traditions." But his words are met with silence. Kofi stands at the edge of the village, staring out into the barren fields. He feels the weight of his ancestors' expectations, but the fear of failure gnaws at him. The voice of his grandfather, Ubuntu, echoes in his mind, urging him to take up the mantle of the Ubuntu Warrior. But how? Kofi whispers to the wind. "I am not strong enough." Amara, knowing that Zuberi is behind the village's suffering, boldly confronts him in the village square. Her heart races, but she stands firm. "You are poisoning our people," she accuses. But Zuberi's smile is cold as he replies, "I am their savior, Amara. Your traditions are dying. Join me, and I will spare you." Tormented by his indecision, Kofi visits the sacred baobab tree, at the heart of his village and the symbol of his ancestors' strength. He kneels before it, pressing his hand against its ancient bark, hoping to hear the guidance he so desperately needs. "Please," Kofi whispers. "Show me the way." While Kofi struggles with his doubt, Zuberi grows stronger. The black gemstone pulses with dark energy, feeding off the fear and division in the village. Each day, more villagers fall under his spell, and the land continues to die. Soon, Zuberi whispers to himself, "The village will be mine." At last, Kofi finds the strength he needs. He rises from the base of the baobab tree, his heart filled with a new resolve. He may not have all the answers, but he knows one thing: he cannot let Zuberi destroy his home. The path of the Ubuntu Warrior is before him, and he is ready to take the first step. "I will fight," Kofi declares, his voice steady. "For my people, and for our future." That is where we will stop for now. If you enjoyed this video and want to know what happened next, click the like button and subscribe to this channel so you can check out for the continuation of this video and other videos.